Well, hello again. Question and answer number 2 with me, Terry McInturff, and thanks everybody for the great response to the first one already. It's been, 2 days? I've gotten a number of emails. Won't be able to get to them all today, but let me pick out a few questions to answer while I still have the video rig set up here, okay? And thanks again for all your questions. By the way, I have a new email address to send the questions to. It's questionsforterry@gmail.com. I'll remind you of that at the end of the video. So let's move along to our first question. This is from Howard. I watched your first Q&A today, and it reminded me of a question I wanted to ask. If you look at the neck of a guitar, the fret closest to the sound hole pickups is not at the end of the neck. In fact, there seems to be almost enough room for another full fret. Is this done so the last fret has plenty of neck so it doesn't split the neck or pull out? It doesn't seem like there is that much force in play on the frets. Well, thanks for your question, Howard. Yes, there usually is, enough room at the end of the fretboard after the last fret to squeeze another one in there. It's probably more of a matter of tradition than anything. 21 frets on a Fender, 22 on a Gibson, 24 on a lot of guitars is traditional. So on a 22 fret guitar, you can squeeze another fret in there. On a 21 fret guitar, you can sometimes squeeze another fret in there or add a little extension to the neck. But it's mainly a matter of tradition. It really doesn't have anything to do with the strength of the neck joint or anything like that. So, tradition. Thanks, Howard. We have another one here from Stan. This is a big question. I'm not going to be able to address it completely. I'm going to do probably an entire episode on this. But from Stan, I have 2 Les Pauls. I'm paraphrasing. I have 2 Les Pauls that are exactly the same. I bought one as a backup for the other. They have the same pickups and everything, but they sound really different, which isn't what I expected or wanted. Why is this? And this is a subject that's close to my heart, so thanks for broaching the subject, Stan. I'll cover it more completely in another episode, but the reason your 2 identical guitars sound different is because they sound different acoustically, unplugged. And you may be able to tell the difference between them real easily if you take them into a small reflective room like a bathroom, say, and just play them unplugged in there in the small room. The reflective room is going to help, amplify the soft volume of the solid body guitar and allow you to hear the differences. Listen really carefully for the differences in the acoustic sound, and I bet you bottom dollar that you'll hear the same sort of difference between them unplugged as you do plugged in. Like, for instance, if one sounds more mid-rangey, it's going to sound more mid-rangey acoustically. Brighter acoustically tends to be brighter through the amp. The acoustics of the electric guitar is a topic that I've spent lots of time thinking about. The electric guitar is far more than just a platform for electronics. To me, it has become obvious over the years that the acoustical nature of the electric guitar places true limits on what's available to amplify later. This is how I go about building a sound for someone that has a specific requirement in terms of tone. I'm actually building an acoustic guitar to fit the amplified requirements. Then I fit the pickups, voicing the pickups and electronics around that acoustic signature to create a whole that's going to come through the amp in the way that the artist wants. Big topic. I will definitely go in depth on this topic very soon. And I saved a joke one for last. It's just too funny to ignore. This is from Mary up in D.C. I've been in touch with her in the past. Bless her soul, she owns one of my guitars and has for a number of years. Okay, from Mary. I watched the first Q&A, wanted to let you know how much I'm still loving my McInturff guitar after all these years. Yes! People ask about it at gigs, so I am spreading the word about your work. Thanks, Mary. I have a joke question for you. I'm sure that you have a girlfriend, but what do you look for in a girlfriend? If you lived closer to DC, I'd fix you up with my sister. She is great, LOL. Love, Mary. Thank you, Mary. What do I look for in a girlfriend? Well, let's see. Affectionate female who walks on her hind legs might be a good place to start. That's a good place to start. And this is a good place to end the second Q&A with Terry McInturff. Email your questions to me at questionsforterry@gmail.com. I'll put a reminder at the end of the video. As always, thank you for watching, and as always, all my very best to you and to your loved ones.